Hey guys, BrickQueen here for a very special LEGO Star Wars review. It's special for two reasons. The first being that this is Cloud City. It is set number 10123. It was a 2003 set, and it originally cost about $100 when it came out. And it had 705 pieces. And you've got some very cool minifigures in this one, two of which are pretty expensive to buy on eBay now. But the other reason that this is a special video is because it's also a collab video with some fellow LEGO reviewers. First, we have Nightshroud99, and we also have Stephen and Jason from the Brick Show. We'll be getting their opinions later on, but before we move into the close-up, let's go ahead and get Nightshroud99's opinion.
Hey viewers of BrickQueen, it's Nightshroud99 here, and BrickQueen asked me to my thoughts on the LEGO Cloud City set 10123, and it came out in 2003. It has 7 minifigures, probably already know that, and 4 exclusive figures, and originally cost $100. And she wanted to ask me to give my thoughts on it. I don't actually own the set. It's pretty expensive now, and I didn't get it when it came out because I wasn't into LEGO as much, and so I don't have the set. But from seeing on pictures, it's definitely a set that LEGO Star Wars collector would want. I hopefully might get it sometime in my future, but don't know. But it is really expensive. It's kind of a play set, and not really it doesn't have any ships like LEGO likes to make ships now. They don't make a whole lot of play sets, so I think it's pretty neat that it's a play set. That might contribute to the fact that it's so expensive. And I think it's overall a very nice set. You can make up, different scenes from the Empire Strikes Back movie, like Darth Vader cuts off Luke's hand, and when they sit down and have tea, and when Han Solo gets frozen in carbonite. A lot of violent stuff there. And the only problems I do have about the set is that it's really expensive now. A brand new one on eBay is like $1,200 if you get brand new in the box. The figures themselves are outdated right now. Maybe LEGO will make a new one, but who knows. It also doesn't have a couple things like an Ugnaught, those little pig things, and C-3PO. C-3PO played a big role in it, and Chewbacca as well, because Chewbacca was carrying C-3PO. The figures themselves that do come in it are rather nice, I guess. Boba Fett is the rarest figure of the bunch. He's really expensive, just that figure, because he has arm printing and leg printing. I don't see what the big deal is. And besides, new Boba Fett's coming out, which has that kind of stuff. And also Luke, he has a unique torso on leg printing, and also Leia and Lando Calrissian. But there aren't any ships in it, so you don't even get a little miniature Falcon, or a Cloud City car, or Lobot. I do have Lobot, but that was a separate set. So overall, those are my only problems with it. It also doesn't seem to be very exciting, just because it's a play set, but it doesn't have a whole lot of play features. But it is updated. But it's also a very sought-out collector's edition set. So hope you enjoyed this rather kind of long my thoughts on the set. So see you later, and hope you enjoyed BrickQueen's video. And bye.
Alright, let's go ahead and look at your minifigures first. Here is Luke Skywalker. And you can see he does have printing on his belt there, which is pretty cool. And you can see back in 2003, they were still using the very shiny lightsaber handles. Nothing special on the back. So that's Luke. Here's Han Solo. He also has printing on his belt. There's the back. Here is Princess Leia. And this is one of the two very rare figures in this. It's worth quite a bit on eBay. I think it's somewhere between $100 $150. Last time I checked it was anyway, so I could be wrong. It's been a little while. But this is Lando Calrissian, and he does have a two-sided cape here. He's got yellow on this side, and the back is blue. Here's a Stormtrooper. He just has a yellow headpiece. And there's the back. Here is Darth Vader. And there is his face. And of course he does have his red lightsaber. Again, shiny handle. And here is your Cloud City Boba Fett. He goes for somewhere around $300 on eBay usually. He's a very rare figure to find because of the leg printing and also the arm printing. In 2003, they did not do that very much because at that time it cost Lego a lot of money to make the figures like this. So they thought they were losing money and they didn't make very many of them. And he's also got printing on his belt. It's a pretty neat figure. Like I said, 2003, this was pretty rare. If the set came out now, I don't think it would be nearly as valuable because Lego can produce this a lot more often. But so those are all of your figures. And this is the actual Cloud City playset here. And there's the end of it over there. And there's a back side to it, and I will get to that in just a minute. But first, you kind of can see that it's different scenes, you know, in this right here. So you can actually break the playset apart into the different sections, and I'll go ahead and do that before I review the sections. And sometimes it's kind of hard, they get hung, but sometimes I can get them apart pretty easily. I don't want to tear up the set trying to do this, but so there's the first section. And there's the other one. So I'm going to review one section at a time, so I'm going to go ahead and move these two sections over, and we're just going to look at this one right here first. And this is where Han Solo gets put into carbonite, and I'll go ahead and show you how the chamber works. You get Han Solo real quick, and put him, this is where he starts out at, on top here. And I'm going to have to move the camera so you can see. And you can see there's a little chain here that works this. You can lower him down and set the camera back down so I can do this properly. So you lower him down, and sometimes it gets hung, but it worked pretty well this time. Then this moves over, and again, it does get hung here sometimes. I have a lot of problem with it. There we go. You switch it over, and then pull this back up. And so that's how the chamber works. It's actually pretty neat. I hate that it does get hung, but it's still pretty cool. You know, back in 2003, it wasn't perfect, but it was a nice idea at the very least. And that's kind of the back side of this section. And this is the part where, you know, it turns. And there's him in carbonite. And he's just kind of hid behind the wall over here. So that's your first little section of the playset. And we'll go ahead and move that one to the side. We'll look at the middle one. And this one, the door opens. That's the feature for this one. And you use this piece right here to open it. And that's how far it goes up. You just turn it back to close it. And so, you got a little table with chairs. Again, there's the door, and this is what turns it. Behind it, you've got a landing pad, and this is for the Slave 1. And the Slave 1 that was out at the time fits perfectly on this. So that's pretty neat that they designed it to where it would work together with another set. And there's the back. If you open the door up, there you go. And here is the last section of the playset. And it has two different play features. There's one right here. I'll move it a little closer for you. This is where Darth Vader uses the Force on the wall. Push this and the wall falls. And you can just set it back and flip that down. Hold it in place. And then there's also the part where Luke gets blown out the window, and you just push this piece down. So that's pretty cool too. So two features in that section there. And of course, who can forget the scene where Luke, I am your father takes place? That would be down here. So that's pretty much it for the set. I want to put it back together and show you what the back looks like all together. There we go. So this is the back of the set all together. It is a pretty cool set. And here's kind of a top view for you. So this is a very rare, very iconic Star Wars set. I hope you enjoyed the review, and stay tuned. Here in just a second we will be hearing the opinions of both Jason and Steven from the Brick Show. So look forward to those opinions. See you guys later.
Hey Brick Queen, hey Brick fans, it's Jason from the Brick Show. Just wanted to give you a quick synopsis, or just really my thoughts on Cloud City. You know, Brick Queen is reviewing it in this show, and really Cloud City has become one of those sets that if you have it, if you're able to have it, you're pretty lucky, because the price point from a collector's standpoint has become off the charts to where you can't even get it anymore. You can, but you'd have to sell your children to get it. I'm looking on eBay here, and it blows me away. New, sealed in the bag, in the bags, in the box, everything's sealed. There's a buy it now for $950. Further down on the page, there's some for $1,200 just to buy the Cloud City set. Some other funny stuff just for the Boba Fett, because the Boba Fett is a highly valued, perhaps the most highly valued collector's item from a minifigure standpoint. Somebody's selling one now. I'll buy it now for $1,000 just for the Boba Fett minifigure. Somebody else here is selling just bag 2 of the set, sealed bag 2. And I believe there's 5 sealed bags for $85. Then there's another auction for bag 4 sealed for $85. Somebody else for $20 is selling just Lando Calrissian's torso for $20. Speaking of Lando Calrissian, this is the first set we ever got him in. And this is a 2003 set, so at the time that was a big deal to get that Lando Calrissian set. We know we've gotten him a few times now. But really, I think part of it is this was released in 2003, which was a really down time for Lego. So I think what happened was there wasn't as many Lego collectors at that time. Lego was really down, which meant supply was way down because the demand was way down. They just weren't selling Lego at that time. And so this set was released. It was a higher price point. They probably didn't sell many of them. On top of that, the demand was way lower then than it is today. And so there's just not many of them to get. And now you have a huge, massive amounts of collectors that have come into the game since then. And just overall toy fans, Lego fans, and they want it. And so they want anything they can get from it, even if it's broken up. And so that's what's happened. It's become this iconic set to get, or even as much as they can afford to get part of it. And that's what's so great about Cloud City is just how valuable it's become, iconic it's become. And BrickQueen, you're very lucky to have one. I've actually never seen one with being there with my eyes. And I think we're going to get one. I think we're going to get one again. Of course, it's never going to be as valuable as that one. But I think eventually in the next few years, we'll get another Cloud City. I'm hoping for that. All right. Thanks for having me on the show. And we'll see you guys.
Well, hey, BrickQueen fans, good to be here. This is Steven from The Brick Show, and BrickQueen has asked us to give a quick opinion on this Cloud City set that she's reviewed, and happy to do so for BrickQueen. Cloud City, obviously a great, iconic set from the Star Wars theme. Back in 2003, I was having my daughter, so I didn't even get a hold of that set. Now, if you want the set, as most of you know, it's so expensive because it's got such great minifigures in it, and you got the chamber with the carbonite. You get a great, unbelievable Boba Fett, as most of you know. And I just think Cloud City really is, makes the Empire Strikes Back movie, just puts it, into another stratosphere as far as I go, because I go back watching that movie a long time. And so that's just a great flick. You get Luke in his Bespin gear, you get Leia and Lando Calrissian. Love that minifigure. And just really there's just so, that's why Cloud City is so expensive now to get in current day, is because it is so great and iconic. So love the Cloud City set. Glad that BrickQueen was able to review it. And glad that we got to see all the things and features from that great iconic set.